Alright, good afternoon class. Today we're going to look at another grammar item. Please turn to page 74 of your book. Page 74 of your book. So today we're going to look at second conditional. So what is these? So let's do a quick revision first. So what is type 1 conditional? To remember, type 1. Maybe you can write this down in your book. Okay, so type 1, or we call that first conditional. Let me give you an example. For example, if I see Mary, I will give this book to her. Alright, so this is type 1. Why? Because we use it to talk about a present or future situation which is likely to happen. Okay, so there's a high chance that I will meet Mary, and when I meet her, I'll give this book to her. Okay, so we use the present tense in the if clause, and then we use will and then a verb in the main clause. Right? So this is type 1, something that is about the present, okay, or about a future situation which is highly likely to happen. All right. Okay, then let's look at this one today. Let's look at question 1. So we'll do this exercise first. All right. So we have a doctor here, Dr. Maxwell. So listen to Dr. Maxwell podcast to check your answers. So first you have to choose an option first. For example, question 1, if I had a nosebleed, so what should we do if I had a nosebleed? So let's see. So remember, this is the short form for I would. Right. So hold my nose and look up, or hold my nose and look down. Which one would you do? I think it should be hold my nose and look down. Okay, this should be the correct way to handle the situation. Okay, now look at question 2 to 6. Please do it now. Pause the video and then do the questions yourself, and then we'll check the answers. We'll see how much you know about first aid. All right, pause the video now. All right, I think you have completed the exercise, so let's check the answers. Number 2, if I burned my hand, I'd hold it under the cold water tap or put oil on it. Which one is true? I think many Chinese parents tell us to do the second, this thing, right? Put oil on it, but this is wrong. Okay, we should hold it under the cold water tap. And then number 3, if I twisted my ankle out, so which one is okay? Put it in a bowl of hot water or put ice on it. Again, Chinese parents would tell us to do the first thing, right? Put it in a bowl of hot water, but that will actually make things worse. So don't do this, right? Put ice on it. And then number 4, if I got a black eye, I put ice on it or put some eye drops in. So I think this one is obvious. Black eyed, you have a bruise around your eye, then we put ice on it. And then 5, if a bee stung me, I'll take some antihistamine tablets or put a plaster on the stain. So what is antihistamine? So it is a drug that helps prevent allergy. Okay, so which one should be the correct way to do it? If a bee stung you, you should not put a plaster. Plaster is like a bandage. Okay, you should not do this. You should take some antihistamine tablets immediately. Okay, number 6, if I cut my finger and it was bleeding, I wash and dry it and then put a plaster on. I think this sounds okay. So this should be the correct way. And you should not tie anything around your wrist or to stop the blood flowing. Yeah, that is dangerous. Okay, your fingers may die, right? If the blood circulation is bad, right? Okay, then I will listen to Dr. Maxwell's podcast, and then please check the answers.
CD 3, Track 6. Welcome to our online first aid course. First of all, we'd like to check you got the right answers to the quiz. We gave you 6 minor accidents and asked you what you would do. Here's Dr. Maxwell to tell you what she would do.
Thank you. Okay, number 1. If I had a nosebleed, I'd hold my nose and look down. If I looked up, The blood would go down my throat and that would be horrible. Number 2, if I burnt my hand, I'd hold it under the cold water tap. Cold water would take the pain away. Don't put oil or butter on the burn. This will make it worse. Number 3, if I twisted my ankle, I'd put ice on it very quickly. Ice is fantastic for ankles and other muscle injuries. You shouldn't put heat on a twisted ankle. That would make it worse. Number 4, if I got a black eye, I'd put ice on it for the same reasons as number 3. Eye drops could make it worse. Number 5, if a bee stung me, I'd take some antihistamine tablets. I'm allergic to bee stings, so I always have antihistamine tablets with me. I'd put ice on the sting if I didn't have any tablets. It's probably not a good idea to put a plaster on because the sting might still be in the skin. Finally, number 6. If I cut my finger, I'd wash it, dry it, and put a plaster on. It's not a good idea to stop the blood flow to the hand, so don't tie something around your wrist.
Thank you, Dr. Maxwell. If you got those right, you're ready to move on to the next part of this online first aid course.
Alright, so we have checked the answers. Because remember what to do and what not to do under these circumstances. Alright, and then we look at question 3. So read grammar focus 1. Maybe before that we can look at the questions together. Number 1, are the example sentences about real or imaginary situations? So we look back. Is it real or imaginary situations? I think it is imaginary. Right, so how can we tell? Because we look at the tense. All right, for example, we look at question 1. Let's see this. If I had a nosebleed, I would hold my nose and look down. Okay, so this is past tense, right? So when we use past tense in a conditional sentence, it implies that it is the second conditional. Okay, so we use the past tense. Right, so it is used to describe some imaginary situations, right? So are they about the present, future, or the past? So this one, be very careful, although it is in the past tense, if I had, all right, and would, but we are not talking about the past. We are talking about the present and future, right? So be very careful with this one. Although it is the past tense, but we are talking about the present or the future here. And number 3, do you have to begin a conditional sentence with if? Do we have to always begin it with if? No, because for example, we look back. Okay, take a look here. Question 1. We can put the second part first. We can begin with I would hold my nose and look down if I had a nosebleed. Okay, we can put this part first, and then without a comma, and then if I had a nosebleed. All right, so we don't always have to begin with if. Okay, so remember this. So this one should be no. Okay, now let's look at grammar focus, the blue box here. Okay, it's about second conditional. You use the second conditional to talk about the present or future result of an imaginary situation, something that is unlikely to happen. All right, so let's take a look. If, and then past simple. Let's underline the tense here. Past simple. And then in the main clause, we use would, or just apostrophe D, or wouldn't, and then the verb. All right, let's look at the example here. If I burned my hand, past tense, I'd hold it under the cold water tap. Or we can put this part first. I would put ice on the stain if I didn't have any tablets. So imaginary situation, we use past simple. Okay, so now it's time for you to do exercise 4. Can you complete the exercise now? Pause the video and then complete the exercise now, and then we'll check the answers. Okay, please pause it now. Okay, you must have finished all the questions, so let's check the answers together. Number 1, if I didn't feel well at school, so we can put I'd go home, or I would go home. Okay, so for the rest of the questions, I wouldn't put would here, but it is also okay. I'll just write apostrophe D. All right. Number 2, if I, past tense again, hay fever. So it is caused by pollen from flowers, hay fever. Okay, so if I had, past tense again, I get or I would get some antihistamine tablets. Okay, number 3, I take a cold shower. I would take or I would take a cold shower if I had sunburned, past tense. And then 4, if I had flu, past tense. I would not come to school. So this one we cannot use apostrophe D. We cannot use the contraction. We must use wouldn't because it's a negative sentence. Wouldn't come to school. All right. And then 5, I have a cat if I wasn't allergic to them. So this one, I have a cat if I wasn't allergic to them. Or because it is type 2, you can use weren't for I. Alright, this is a special case. So for the second type conditional sentences, we can use wasn't or weren't for I. Alright. And number 6, if I heard, past tense, a mosquito in my room, I wouldn't be able to sleep. Wouldn't be able. Remember, able is an adjective. Okay, so we have to add be in front of that. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Okay, so remember we use the past tense and would when we use this type of conditional sentences, the second conditional. Let's move on to part 5 then. Part 5. Okay, so listen to Ron talking to a friend. What problems does he have with the following? Okay, so we have to do this together. So exercise 6, you match the two parts of the sentences about Ron's problems and listen again and check. All right, so we'll listen to Ron. So try to match the sentences.
CD 3, track 7. Oh no! I wish the cat wouldn't come into the house. I'm allergic to cats.
Why don't you close your window?
It's too hot in my house. I have to keep the window open. If only it wasn't so hot.
Are you tired?
Yes. I wish I could sleep, but the neighbours are so noisy. I wish they wouldn't play loud music at night. Ouch!
What's the matter?
Oh, I dropped a saucepan on my foot yesterday and it hurts. I wish I wasn't so clumsy.
Do you think it's broken?
The saucepan?
No, your foot.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't called the doctor. If only I had the doctor's phone number.
Alright, so did you get could you get the answers? Let's look at number 1. I wish the cat wouldn't. So what should that be? I wish the cat wouldn't come into the house. It should be D. And number 2, if only it wasn't. So it should be about the weather, right? So hot. And then number 3, I wish they wouldn't. It should be E, play loud music at night. And then 4, I wish I wasn't, to be B, so clumsy because he dropped the saucepan. And number 5, if only I had the doctor's phone number. Right, so it should be the answers, right? And then, okay, let's continue with exercise 7 here. So let's look at the grammar box too fast. The first one, let's underline the words wish and if only. So you can use wish or if only with past simple to say that you really want a present situation to be different. Okay, so let's look at an example. I wish I wasn't so clumsy. So the fact is that I am very clumsy. Okay, I am clumsy, so I wish I wasn't so clumsy. So pay attention here. We must use past simple. We cannot use the present tense here. If you say something like I wish I am not so clumsy, then it would be wrong. Okay, so you cannot use the past tense here. We must use we cannot use the present tense here. We must use the past tense. I wish I wasn't so clumsy. Okay, so past simple is about present situation. And then the second bullet point here, you use wish and if only and would and verb to say that you want somebody's present behavior to change. So it's about somebody else. Okay, it's about somebody else. For example, I wish they wouldn't play loud music at night. It means they are doing that right now. Okay, so we use they and then wouldn't and then the verb play. We use would here to talk about other people. You want the other people to change, right? And then we must use would. We cannot use will here. Okay, so let's look at the note here, bullet star here. If only is stronger than wish. So it's about the tone. Okay, if only is stronger in the tone. Okay, let's look at exercise 8 now. Can you take out your GE book? Can you take out your GE book? And let's look at the first one together. I'm allergic to nuts. I'm allergic to nuts. So I wish I wasn't allergic to nuts. It's about my present situation. So we use the past tense here. Okay, so please do questions 2 to 6 on your GE book. Pause the video now, and then when we come back, we'll check the answers together. Okay. All right, let's check the answers. So I'll start a new note here. All right, so it should be, let's change the paper first. Oh, is it okay? Can we use red? Okay, so this should be the title. Focus, page 74, exercise 8. Okay, so we'll check the answers together. Question 2. So I don't live near the beach, so what should it be? You can write I wish or if only. So both are correct. If only is stronger. Okay, I lived. We use the past tense about the present. It's about the present situations. I lived near the beach. Okay, and then number 3. The original sentence is our teacher gives us a test every week. So it's about the teacher. Okay, it's about the teacher. So we use I wish or if only. And then our teacher. So what should follow? It's about somebody else, right? So our teacher wouldn't give us a test every week. All right, and then number 4, I don't have a motorbike. It's about me again. So I wish or if only, and then I had a motorbike. All right, I had. And then number 5, I can't play the guitar. It's the same. I wish or if only I could play the guitar. Okay, we use I could. And then number 6, my friend won't let me copy his homework. So copying homework is wrong. Remember these always. So my friend, so I wish or if only my friend would, okay, somebody else, so we use would, let me copy his or her homework. Okay, so we use would and then let here. So any questions? If no, then we'll look at page 122 together. Okay, so let me find the page 122 at the back of your book. 122. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of the notes here. So second conditional sentences. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, wait. Okay, so we use second conditional sentences to talk about present situations or states which are impossible or very unlikely, or about something that could happen in the future. So remember, it's about present or future. Okay, but it's rather improbable, so unlikely to happen. So either of the two clauses can come first. So if clause comes first, we use a comma. For example, if you had an accident, comma, who would you call first? Okay, so let's look at the box here. If he cycled to work every day, comma, he would feel healthier, full stop. But we can also put this first. So he would feel healthier. Remember, no comma here, no comma. He would feel healthier if he cycled to work every day. Okay, this is the first part. And then wish and if only, we use wish and if only plus past simple to express dissatisfaction with present situation. So I wish or if only people cared more about their health. But the fact is, they don't care about their health. Okay? And then the second point here, we use wish or if only and would and an infinitive to talk about a present situation that we would like to be different, usually when we find it annoying. Okay? It usually refers to things we can't change or control. It's about other people. Okay, so for example, I wish my sister would hurry up, but I cannot change her behavior, so we use would, right? And remember, if only is stronger than I wish in your tone. Okay, so here we have 3 exercises: exercise 1, exercise 2, and exercise 3. So this will be your homework for today. Okay, so now can you do the questions, and then after you're finished, we'll come back and then we will check the answers, all right, in the next video. Okay, this will be your homework. We'll check the answers in the next video, right? Okay, then I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, class. See you next time.